Pisces. Pisces, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign. It is a timeless reading, so it is a message that comes to you when you call it into you, when you need to hear it. You take these messages where and how they resonate in your life, Pisces. It's your message. If you are looking for personal readings, I do those. Please check out my website for availability and for the services, the kind of reading that you might want. www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. There's past stuff coming up, guys. Okay. All right, first, wait a second. Oh, suki. Okay, do you want to describe any more, or we're just gonna hold on? Pisces. Nope. First card out was this. Watch your words. But somebody was speaking out of turn or being spoken about in bad ways. But somebody was speaking out of turn, or you didn't hold your tongue. Maybe you didn't want to. We're going to get into it, but this is definitely about refusing to be a parrot. Did not bite your tongue. Claim your independence, cat spirit. It's in reverse, which is what vibe am I picking up from this right here? Because not long after we have be fearless and bold. So I think this, in some ways, let me just say, this was like this kind of pitfall of I was in a situation where I was dependent upon somebody else for my identity, the way I felt about myself, validation, personal validation, or simply this sense of not wanting to be alone, saying it out loud. I do not want to be alone. And then be fearless and bold. So finding the courage to go for it, to speak the truth out loud. That's Aries energy. Or finding a way to be independent, but did you really want to be? Did you really want to be independent? And life is a mystery is here. So this is a very revealing energy because it says, Pisces, a mask has fallen off. And I think it's a mask that you really needed to fall off because it was a mask that you were actually presenting to yourself. The mask falls off. We lie to ourselves a lot. And let me tell you something. When you confront a person, even through these videos, with lies that they tell themselves, you're going to get a lot of backlash. Because that's the stuff that people protect the most. But it's also the stuff that builds up the most toxicity. And why do we build it? We build it because we think it makes us stronger. We build it because we think we have to be that way to not be vulnerable. And so we wear these masks, and you really get to the point of complete sickness when you forget what your real face looks like and just believe that you're the mask that you created. When you see yourself as you with the mask on, instead of you when the mask is supposed to come off. Because at one point or another, we all wear masks. So the world is a stage. Thank you, Shakespeare, right? But honestly, Pisces, this is about starting to believe your own bullshit And as long as you can take it off when you come home and get back to that truth and look at yourself in the mirror and be glad for it, you are at a level of toxicity that has gone too far. So what this is demonstrating to me is that you wore a mask maybe for far too long, that tried to pretend it was okay for you to be alone, you to be on your own, you to be making your way in the world in a certain, like, I have to be this, I have to define who I am, I have to do things this way. And isolation ensues. Claim your independence. But why didn't you just reach out and say, I need help? Well, now is when the mask comes off. I don't want to do this on my own. I don't actually want to do this on my own. What a relief that is. And how much fear is there in not hearing any response? And maybe even thinking that that means, like, what if somebody doesn't care? What if nobody cares? Once again, this is about being honest with yourself. It's not about somebody else's response. Hold on. Intuitively, there is an answer here. It is not necessarily an information. I think you were waiting for information to come in. You couldn't decide. You weren't certain. You weren't certain intellectually. Spiritually, you knew. And then the Knight of Wands is here, so moving forward with something. This would have been a gut decision, an intuitive decision. Based on this. Based on finally being willing to let your walls down and stop being so protective or defensive. Trusting your instincts, which honestly is the strongest part of Pisces. It's damn near magic. Let's get a moon card here as we build our reading. Remember, there's always an extended reading where I can just be blunt and candid with you guys, and I cannot wait for you to join me. The links are down below after this reading. Ooh. Look what we got. Luck is on your side. Now, if you want to date, this is actually coming now. This is showing itself in the now the current position on my table. But there is a new moon in Sagittarius that's coming up 2 months from now. Say mid Sagittarius season, mid-December. So interesting, I think, that this would show up now. It could be saying 2 months from now, or what it could be saying is, you better pull back your arrow now and release it now, because 2 months from now, it is going to land exactly where you want it to. But in order to do that, you have to reveal what you actually want. You've got to let it be known. The arrow can't land perfectly and hit the bullseye if you don't fucking shoot it. And Pisces, this is the time to shoot it. It's the time to take your shot. It may take 2 months for it to land, but if you shoot it around now and you take the leap of faith this week and you start out on this quest, or let your passions out and decide to move forward with the strength of knowing, I don't have to be anything, I can just take this opportunity. I would say, Pisces, take the opportunity, let your guard down. You've got to. I know that there's a sense of vulnerability here. What happens once I reveal myself? Life happens, progress happens, your future happens, and as well as you finding your courage happens, because you can't be brave unless you're afraid first. Oh, okay, so what are we moving toward? We have this Nine of Wands. Ooh, Pisces. Go on, what are you afraid of? What are they afraid of, really? And where are they headed? Well, there was some confusion before, or in the past, You're afraid of not really seeing something that you really want, or things not living up to your own expectations. I mean, what are your expectations based on? But there was some sort of mystery or confusion here with regards to selection or choices. Confusion. We have confusion here again. It's almost like you really weren't making great choices, or you were confused when it came to work. What to do with it, how to present yourself. Because this is a sense of, you can't get public approval or any kind of approval by wanting it. You can only get it by sticking to your guns and being resourceful and having your standards, maintaining your standards. And that's what helps people see how exceptional your work is. Just by doing the exceptional work. It's got nothing to do with anything else. Maintaining your standards. That's clear. Okay. Thank you, God. You know what came through in my head? But when? Which means there's been a lot of suffering with regards to, I can only give so much. When is it going to come back around to me? When do the ships come in? So first I'm going to ask, what does Pisces need to change their luck? And it's not luck, is it? What is missing? What are they missing? What can't they see? There's opportunity right in front of you. You need to jump on it and take it. You keep refusing because you're convinced it's supposed to look a certain way. No, it's not. You have got to make a decision. There is an offer that is coming to you. The cards are legitimately saying you must take it. This is a phenomenal new opportunity, even if it's not the one that you prayed for, even if it's not the one that keeps up your visage or whoever you convinced yourself you had to be strong. Cut that shit out. There's a new opportunity that's coming to you. It's gonna fly in. It's gonna rainstorm you. It is legitimately going to be something you cannot pass up. You must take it. And open yourself up to, instead of blocking yourself and saying, oh, that's not me. That's not me. I'm this. Shut up. You are you. Open yourself up to all the possibilities of what that means. Okay, so when? When is this going to happen? First, you have to walk away from the stuff that isn't serving you and you don't want anymore. If you've lost interest for it, it doesn't mean you've abandoned it or you haven't tried hard enough. It means you've grown out of it. It's not you anymore. First, you have to clear this space. This is going to happen on the eclipse. Getting rid of shit. That's what's happening right now by the end of this week, is you are going to be certain what you don't care about anymore, and you're going to be willing to admit to yourself, I don't care about this anymore. I just don't. I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, and I think that's the scary part, because you've identified yourself like that for so long. So you're walking away, you're moving on. You're leaving the struggle, you're leaving the requirements, the hardship behind. There is some sort of defeat here. Maybe not being allowed to walk away, trying to walk away. What the fuck is the defeat here for? What's going on? Pisces, what's going on? What's going on? Why is the defeat? Why is Five of Swords here? What's going on? Disappointment, King of Pentacles, in money. Some sort of disappointing finances or financials. That's why you're wanting to walk away, because you didn't get the full return that you wanted. And you know what, Pisces? It's okay. It's okay to be what you'd probably consider shallow. It's not shallow. If shit isn't filling you up and it's not filling up your banking account, then you got to move away from it. I'm serious. I'm serious, especially if this is legitimately about a boss that you couldn't care less about, or that couldn't care less about you. This is about walking away from a disappointing situation. being done with it and deciding to end it. There's something here. If you're dealing with a King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus specifically, there is some major disappointment here with regards to this person, and I think you're tired of carrying the fucking burden of it. Say it. You've got to say it. So what happens after Pisces walks away? The opportunity. Money comes in. Value comes in. You have 2 aces on the table here for this week. You have a new beginning, a new start. With the Ace of Wands, new opportunity. And Ace of Pentacles is a shit ton. But somebody's leaving somebody behind. It may require that you have to leave somebody behind, or that you felt completely abandoned and left behind. You have to take this opportunity that's been presented to you. There was a lot of disappointment. There was a lot of heartbreak. If you stay in this position, that's where it's going to stay. Heartbroken and disappointed that somebody decided to leave you. Or let me tell you something here. Somebody, I feel like it's you. You got to be willing to leave people behind, because it's only then that they're going to realize just how fucking valuable you are. And then you get to decide whether or not it's too fucking late, because there is absolute value coming to you. Let's go to the extended. I will see you guys there.